Britannia, let's talk. Shrouded in peril. I have come on behalf of the Twin Adders to enlist the aid of accomplished fighters. The small folk cower in their homes for fear of an unprecedented threat to a falsehood, a blasphemy. It strikes quickly and with deadly precision before returning to the shadows whence it came. Try as we might, we have yet to devise a means to track it, much less slay it. Several brave souls search for it even now, but the chances would improve greatly if they had a stout protector by their side. Judging by your reputation, I dare say you're precisely the man we seek. What say you? Will you serve as the shield that stands between Gridania and certain doom? You've made it difficult to refuse. Nah, protecting the realm is what I do. I'll take that as an enthusiastic yes. Make haste to the Adder's Nest and report to my superior. Or Gridania shall pray. Or Gridania shall pray for your success. Let's do it. Back shroud. Gridania. Our liaison at Razadhan sent word of your arrival, but I can still scarcely believe our luck. Are you truly here to help us bring this wicked blasphemy to heel? Then there's hope for us yet. I shall fetch the elder seats here at once. She is leading the hunt, and I'm certain she'll be most eager to see you. Sounds good. Full glad I am to welcome you in good health and good spirits, Laverne. On behalf of all Gridania, allow me to thank you for rising to our defense yet again. You will forgive me for eschewing further formalities, as time is of the essence. I shall share with you what little we know of this elusive scourge. Following the events in FFXIV, we received a report that an unidentified man had fallen into fits on the road before transforming into a beast most foul. A blasphemy, we soon determined. Eyewitnesses to subsequent attacks spoke of patterns on its skin reminiscent of heavy chains, and thus we have named it Gleipnir for the creature of legend. Okay, there's a manga called Gleipnir, but there is in Norse mythology Gleipnir, Old Norse for open one, is the binding that holds the mighty wolf Fenrir. Ah, interesting. The gods had attempted to bind Fenrir twice before with huge chains of metal, but Fenrir was able to break free both times. Therefore, they commissioned the dwarves to forge a chain that was impossible to break. To create a chain to achieve the impossible, the dwarves fashioned the chain out of 6 supposedly impossible things. Okay. Therefore, you're gonna list those. Therefore, even though Gleipnir is as thin as a silken ribbon, it is stronger than any iron chain. It was forged by the dwarves in the underground realm of Nidelfenir, whatever, that one. Gleipnir, having bound Fenrir securely, was the cause of Tyr's lost hand, for Fenrir bit it off in revenge when he was not freed. Gleipnir is set to hold until Ragnarok, when Fenrir will finally break free and devour Odin. So we're going with the Norse mythology here quite a bit after also having Odin in the Shroud. Though Fenrir in the game itself is accompanying Shiva, who is in Coethus. Anyway, it emerges from the brush without warning, bringing destruction and tragedy to those unfortunate enough to be near. Ere we can respond, retreats into hiding, leaving no trace for us to follow. The elementals cry out for us to rid the forest of this wicked presence, yet even if we tracked it to its lair, I fear besting the beast would be no simple matter. The wounds on Gleipnir's victims are tainted by corruption. We can but conclude that the fiend's fangs, claws, and horns are all imbued with a powerful poison. The smallest scratch sends the afflicted into fits, and death soon follows. Interesting. Mayhap you know of the creeping death? The effects of Gleipnir's vile poison bear more than passing similarity to the symptoms of that deadly plague. It spread through the 12s but many years ago. The sick found their skin covered in chain-like patterns and spent their final moments in excruciating pain. It was long before I came to Gudania, but people still speak of it with dread. Is it true that the disease spared not a single cure? Very nearly, yes. Before the remainder were taken, we were able to devise a cure from the Glimshrew. Slow through though it was, the scars of this tragedy could then begin to heal. Gleipnir threatens to reopen old wounds, I fear. Yet despite the similarities between the blasphemy's corruption and the creeping death's marks, it is unclear how these two phenomena are related, if at all. Both Conjuring and White Magic have failed to abate the poison's spread. To confront Gleipnir now would place our soldiers at risk of grievous injury. Forgive me, Elder Seatsia, but this appears to be urgent. What? Again? Gleipnir has struck once more in the North Shroud. The whalers came too late to see the beast themselves, but the man in the attack yet lives. They are bringing him to Falgord Float as we speak. Then we must meet them there. Will you accompany us, Laverne? Aethelmare should be able to apprise us of the details upon our arrival. Okay. Sure. That took a moment. We cannot say for certain Gleipnir has quit this place. Stay on your guard. Word of the attack has yet to spread among the populace, and they remain calm for now. Yeah, they don't know. Of course they remain calm. Elder Seatsia, you honor us with your presence. I cannot thank you enough for coming all this way. Given the dire circumstances, I would not leave this to another. Where is the wounded man? Outside of the bobbing cork, being attended to by one of our heroes. He's a capable healer, but I worry this is beyond his abilities. I shall do all in my power to aid him. I, in turn, may have need of assistance as well. I ask that you stay close, both of you. That's not what I wanted to do, but it's fine. That he survived his encounter with Gleipnir speaks to his fortitude. I know not if he can be saved, but if we can at least allay his suffering, we must. He clings to life, albeit barely. We must try to ease his pains. Oh, I can't heal him, I'm sorry. He's a hardy soul, but I'm utterly at a loss. While I manage to heal his wounds, the poison lingers. I fear the worst is yet to come. When I removed his clothes for treatment, I recognized the chains. If this is indeed the creeping death. Do not lose heart. I shall spare no effort. Rest for now. We may have need of your talents again ere long. She goes, man. She goes. A bloody swarm of them. They came from the east gate. Triggers are known as carriers of the creeping death. The villagers are on edge. If they think the vial can harbingers of another plague, they may panic. Race see to the Chigues. I shall remain here with the victim. Alright, sure. Anything else you can tell me? I shall do everything in my power to save this man. I entrust the matter of the Chigues to you. We cannot let the Chigues enter the village. Rumors of sickness have already begun to spread, and a swarm will surely sow terror and discord. Yep. That doesn't sound fun. Oh, wrong side. Panicky man. I think this wild-eyed fellow is the source of the earlier yelling. Do you see any Chigues nearby? They were near Elder Springs, a whole swarm of them, like an army getting ready for war. Okay. Bringing the creeping death like as not. Folk've been dropping dead with no rhyme or reason, and I'm not about to join them, no, sir. Came running back faster as my legs could carry me. Are you bitten? I'll show you to a hero if so. Or a single hole that doesn't belong, you can be sure. You'd best do something about the swarm, though. Sure. With that we could, but keeping the gate manned is our priority, and we have not the numbers to spare for a hunting party. By the time Whaler reinforcements arrive, it may be too late. We'll deal with the Chigues. The one who calls a greater number owes the other a flagon of ale, eh? That sounds about fair. I commend your bravery, good speed, and don't get bitten. Nah, I'll be fine. We are more likely to hear the swarm before we see it. Keep your weapon close at hand. We cannot allow a single one to escape. Okay. Ah. Alright. Any more? That should have been 9, I believe. "12 be praised, and you! I've come bearing a cure for the creeping death, but it's little use against actual death." Aye, that's why I've come. I've heard tell of a man suffering from uncommon pains at Filgold Floats. Sense an opportunity for philanthropy, a touch of profit, I'll admit. But if what you say is true, his condition demands a much swifter pair of feet than mine. Could you bring the medicine to him in my stead? No need for payment this time, of course. First shot is free. You saved my life, and one good turn deserves another. I only hope the cure works as well as purported. As for me, I'll be on my way. Give any Walkin I spy a white birth. He's no longer here, okay. To think that the mere mention of Chigres could spark such panic. The creeping death casts a long shadow over these lands. You've brought medicine? What luck! We must administer it straight away. They're probably still, doing the same thing as before, that's fair. Thank you for calling the Chigres. Alas, our patient's condition has yet to improve, and it is all we can do to keep him from succumbing to the poison. Alright, and there's the creeping death remedy, a medicine made from the Glimshroom which cures the creeping death. Somehow I feel that this is not going to do anything. I know this medicine was once used to treat the creeping death. Given his symptoms, it may well prove effective here as well. It works upon the body quite quickly, as I recall. Hold on just a while longer, my friend. The medicine will soon relieve your pain. I don't... It hurts! It hurts! Ah! Why? Why? The man's shrieks die in his throat as his body is wrecked by violent convulsions. He then falls still and quiet, as if his breath was snatched from his chest. "12 have mercy. At the very least, his suffering is over." Had we been quicker to deliver the medicine, would he have lived? Nay, I think not. He was doomed from the moment the poison entered his blood, as will be others if we do not soon gain an understanding of our foe. Let the strategy not be in vain, but serve as a lesson. Though the effects of Gleipnir's corruption resemble the creeping death, it's clear that the two share little else in common. The poison burns through the body more quickly than any disease. Too deadly is it to be borne by creatures so fragile as Chigres, or any others besides. And that is one less possibility the people need fear. It's a shame a life was lost, but the knowledge may help us ensure that others are not. Spread word, but do so with delicacy. In these troubled times, fear and despair can drive even the godliest of souls to desperate ends. Gleipnir is the only blasphemy known to us in Gridania. For now, we must do our utmost to stop him from sowing further discord. Understood, Elder Seats here. I'll give this man a proper burial before sharing what we have discovered. Cool. Ascertaining Gleipnir's whereabouts is still a primary concern. Let us return to the Adder's Nest, for information shall be our most reliable weapon in the days ahead, and there is no better place to acquire it. So, I looked it up because I was curious, and as far as I can tell from like the timeline of the game, the Gripping Death strikes spreading rapidly among the Hyur in Gridania was around 1327 of the 6th Astral Era. Sorry. Astral? Am I doing this correctly? Is my brain working? Yes. And... It took 5 years, apparently, until an alchemist sent from Ul'dah develops a cure for the Gripping Death. Though the spread is contained, the Huron population is left decimated by the disease, drastically transforming the racial makeup of the city. A couple of years later, Alamigo was the Citadel of Alamigo was completed. When did Gridania actually spring up? Let's have a look. Gridania. The inhabitants of Gomorrah began construction of the forest city of Gridania. The hamlet of Quarrymill is founded on the site where the stone is cut and harvested for building materials. That was 1077, so 250 years earlier. Okay. And shortly after, the Bard tradition was born. Interesting. Cool. Alright. Sorry. I'm using this chance to actually, like, learn more about the lore, or, like, remember something about the lore. I shall speak with the people after this man receives a proper burial. To honor his sacrifice, I must do what I can to buoy their hope. Buoy? Okay. We can go back to this layout. Gleipnir has been sighted in various locales, and though we are reviewing every report, we suspect most are erroneous. Fear has a way of making one jump at shadows. It will take some time before we have determined which reports merit a more involved investigation. Until then, I ask that you stay vigilant and keep your eyes peeled for any sign of the blasphemy. Okay. To give voice. We have followed up on every report concerning Gleipnir, even those that begged belief. From the most promising suggests that blasphemy is currently stalking the South Shroud. We are to proceed there at once, for there is no telling when it might strike again. The Elder Seatseer is already en route to Roots Lake. Let us not keep her waiting. Okay. No sign of the beast yet, thankfully. A single glimpse of Gleipnir might send the people running, and we would be hard-pressed to restore order. Greetings, Loverin. As luck would have it, my sister Raya frequents Camp Tranquil. We would do well to meet with her first, for she may have knowledge of this threat that can aid us in our search. I mean, I do know her quite well, so sure, let's talk to her. I wonder if she recognizes us as a fellow white mage. It has been too long, Ryo. Kane was afraid the situation might force your arrival. Would that this reunion was under more joyous circumstances. It is heartening to see her joined by the bearer of Artor's will. Yes! Unfortunately, Gleipnir's poison cannot be cured by any healing force known to us, as I'm sure you have already learned. Nevertheless, I have faith that together we will find a way to defeat it. So it is actually referenced. Ah, that's amazing, I love it. Every moment is crucial, so let us dispense with further pleasantries. Have you received word of Gleipnir's whereabouts? I have. It recently ambushed a poor traveler who succumbed to his wounds soon thereafter. A tragic and increasingly common tale. No others in Camp Tranquil have come to harm, but some claim they feel a presence in the distant trees, staring at them with malicious intensity. They struggle to find the courage to venture beyond the safety of the camp. Whilst the victims exhibit symptoms reminiscent of the crippling death, Gleipnir's corruption seems only to affect those who have been assaulted by the blasphemy itself. We have yet to confirm a single instance of it spreading from one individual to another. That's somewhat reassuring, but it will provide little comfort to the people here, I think. If Gleipnir comes, any defense we mount will come at great cost. Those who fall wounded will invariably die. I'm at a loss, and the people under my care can see it. They grow tense and bicker amongst themselves. Some even accused me of standing idly by while this monster roams free, so I'm not doing all that I can. I apologize. Would that I had come to you sooner. Would that there were more I could offer you. Not every burden is yours to bear, Kane. Let's ask the elementals. The elementals cry out for succor as loudly as the people do. This I know you feel, Kane. Gleipnir poses a threat to all life in our 12th, and as such we should face it as one. Their strength has waned since the calamity, and I'm reluctant to impose upon them. Nay, as Seers, it is our duty to first expend every option available to us, and spare them further distress. Once we have laid down the blasphemy, the elementals will be at peace. Well then, how do you propose we go about that? First allow me to speak with the people here and assure them that all will be well, that Gridania's resolve to weather the storm remains steadfast. My road is closed to those true of hearts. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that you'd begin with an earnest and heartfelt appeal. For my part, I shall reach out to Arun. Perhaps together we can find a way to offer similar comfort to the elementals. I have no doubt we will require their assistance in the days ahead. Thank you, sister. May the 12 watch over and keep you both. May I trouble you to accompany me? The presence of a storied hero would surely lend credence to my claims that the people's difficulties will soon be at an end. Sure. While you attend to that, I shall gather what information I can from the wood whalers stationed here. Pray look for me at the camp proper when you have finished. Okay. If we are to convince the people that they need not live in fear of Gleipnir, then my words alone may be insufficient. I do not comport myself as an imposing figure blessed with martial prowess, to say the least. You can hold your own. Don't be so harsh on yourself. You, on the other hand, are renowned as a peerless warrior who has triumphed in countless trials. Simply looking on your features fills me with confidence that this crisis, too, shall pass. She's checking me out. I pray you stay by my side, while those we speak with might be joyed by your presence. Oh, I am a joy to look at, don't you worry. Yes, that is the usual text we get when people are accompanying us. Inflamed man. Seats are sitting pretty with their guards and finery. What do they care if a beastie is running amok? I'll be fine. That's why they're doing nothing while it dances. We'd be fools to trust our lives to those that don't care a whit. Aye, past time we went south. At least in Oldar they don't pretend to look out for the common man. Ah, your logic is so flawed, it's wonderful. Elder Setsia, I was just, I promise you that we are sparing no effort in our hunt for Gleipnir. However, it will take time, and more may suffer before the beast is laid low. Nevertheless, I ask that you place your faith in me, if only for a while longer. I love the Twelfswood and her people with all my heart, and I will not let our enemy torment us forever. I understand. Man's gotta give a voice to his warriors from time to time, eh? Nothing I want less than to abandon my home. I'll stick around. For now. A single scratch is enough to spell one's doom, they say. Nothing but to wait for death to come. How can we face a beast like that? Do not give in to despair, my friend. Know that I shall do all in my power to see us through this crisis. Hold fast to hope, and encourage others to do so as well. I'll try, Elder Setsia. I'll try. I know you've placed yourself at risk, leaving the safety of the city and come here, and that means a lot to me and mine. I'll stay close to the whalers and pray news of your triumph reaches us soon. Thank you. I promise you that it will not be long. About 2 hours or so, give or take. I saw it, a gargantuan beast stalking in the woods, with horns the size of my leg. What's to stop it from coming here to fill its belly? Gleipnir will do no such thing, I swear. I shall see to it personally that the blasphemy does not come with the malm of this village. Keep heart, for brighter days lie ahead of us. Truly, Elder Setsia? Perhaps I've let my imagination get the better of me. You are a beacon in these dark times. I pray you restore the peace soon. I shall. You can be certain. Will that be all for now, Elder Setsia? It will. I have done what I can to quell the unrest, but so long as Gleipnir lives, they will never be at peace. Sometimes siblings lending an ear does wonders, as must be the case for the elementals, yes? Do you doubt your chosen course? No, I'm gonna harpen on this part. I remember that there was a short story with her, and shortly after she took over as the Elder Setsia. So I'm gonna hop on this again, because I'm sure it will come to something. Indeed, you're correct. Today was a welcome reminder of the truth, and an important step in our journey. Maybe I should visit the settlements more often. Doubtless some here think me as distant as the elementals, so rarely do they see me in the outer reaches. You have served me admirably as protectors thus far, for which I am grateful. Yet until we have found and laid Gleipnir low, I must continue to impose upon your goodwill. Sure. There's no imposition, Elder Setsia, as you saved me on the killing fields of Cartano. My life is yours, now and always. Oh, that's interesting. Your life is your own to command, but I thank you for your words and your conviction, which fills me with confidence that the path we walk is true. Even if that path takes us far afield. Did I ever tell you that when I was a young student, I would often steal into the woods with a dear friend of mine, much to the chagrin of our teacher? Deep down, I suspect there is still part of me that yearns to wander where I should not. You were in the melee role quest line as well. Elder Cizia, word from the border. We've got ourselves a red bloody mess by the sound of it. What has happened? Per your earlier instructions, the whalers closed the road to all travel while we scoured the wood for signs of Gleipnir, but now a group of locals are demanding to be let through into Fanalan. They are terrified by the sound of it, screaming about the creeping death and gods know what else. Despair grabs their hearts, but it consumes them wholly, and we may have yet more blasphemies to contend with. I'll speak with them, all rumors fuel their panic, and with truth and compassion will I convince them to see reason and return to their homes. If anyone can, it's you, other seats here. We're doing our best to keep them calm for now, but my man's words painted a grim picture. I pray you make your way to the border as quickly as you can. Hey, London L, can I talk to you for a second? Follow the road south, you'll find them soon enough. My men are doing what they can, but we're soldiers, not mediators. That's fair, I guess. Oh, hey, Sleipnir. And this leads... I forgot where that leads. To Eastern Honolulu. And Hammerhead. Not Hammerhead. Highbridge, and then Hammerhead was Final Fantasy 15, and Camp Dryburn. Okay. It's good we arrived when we did. Any later and we might have been met with a bloodier sight. So she said, stop wasting our time. We're going through whether you like it or not. Anyone else saying something? No? Okay. The people here are indeed terrified. I must take care with my words. Okay. Let's see what she's about to say. Let us through, damn you! We're standing here while the creeping death nips at our heels. You're telling us to die. Those rumors are false. The Elder Cizia herself sent word that the gripping death is not responsible for the recent incidents. You mustn't surrender to panic. Return to your homes while we deal with this threat and pay no heed to baseless stories. Stories? Stories? I've seen the dead with my own eyes. Don't tell me what it is and isn't true. Hearken to me, my friends. I come before you now to assure you that the creeping death has not returned. Only those who have been wounded by Gleipnir are in danger, and so I beseech you to take shelter in your homes until the threat has passed. Gleipnir? The beast I saw in the wood? We have to run! It could have followed us. You saw him? Where? Not far from here, those glistening horns, those terrible chains, reaching out to drag you down to the seventh hell, ran and never looked back. But don't worry, it didn't catch any of us. No one's marked, see? That means we're safe, right? But say we weren't quite fast enough, what then? Its horns and claws are where the poison resides, and even a scratch would be cause for concern. I'm sorry to say it, my friend, but you're about to die. even a little scratch. Then it's too late for me? Is that why my body feels like it's on fire? You told me the branches tripped you up. You said that's how it happened. You said... How heavenly winds guide us to the font of strength. May we drink from it and be made whole. One second. I don't feel any better. Do it again. Do it again. It hurts. Help me. Contrary has no effect. There can be no mistake. This is Gleipnir's doing. Even so, I ask that you do not lose heart. Stay strong, for if we surrender to fear, the beast has already won. No, I don't want to die. Please, help me. You're going to probably turn into... Yep. Get back! You said it wasn't. Why? Why? Liars! Liars! All of you! None of us are safe. None of us will. Ah! Despair made manifest 12th end. Is there naught that can be done for these poor souls? Only one thing. Stop this suffering. Not but one thing, I know. I know. We must lay them to rest. Contain the threats. Let's go. That's already more fighting than I had in the melee quest line. Which is funny. Okay. That went well and fast. We did what we had to. If we had let the fiends live, the blood of many would have been on our hands. I can't take it. What kind of life is this? Wait to be hunted or be turned into one of them? Matron have mercy. What were those fiends? The creeping death seems a mercy compared to an end like that. It was not the poison which triggered their transformation, but despair. Overwhelming despair. They are at peace. Would that it had not come to this, I was powerless to prevent it. You did all you could, Elder Cecil. Is that what's going to happen to us? Is there no hope? What you witnessed was the fate of those who fall to the deepest despair. It feeds upon grief and anguish, and is more deadly than Gleipnir itself. But as I swore to you that we shall defeat the blasphemy that haunts our homeland, so too do I swear that despair will not be the end of us. Keep the faith and look to the horizon, for brighter days will come. As you say, Elder Cecil, as you say. Look into the horizon is a bit hard in the woods, but sure. Gleipnir is not here, and so you are free to return to your homes. I would urge you to take care on this path back. We will, Elder Cecil. Maybe have the wood whalers accompany them? The storm has passed, but a darker tempest roiled in the distance. So long as the spectre of despair looms, the people will struggle to take any words of comfort to heart. we'll see more tragedies like this. The elementals, too, cry out for a solution. The longer we struggle to resolve this crisis, the more innocent lives we put at risk. YO said we would need to turn to the elementals for assistance, and I now know that she was right, and so I will seek audience with the Great One. However, there are preparations I must attend to first. I shall make the proper ablutions at the Lotus Stand, before I return to the Adder's Nest and await my summons. Okay. Despite our best efforts, we have been unable to prevent further loss of life. I foresee even greater hardship ahead. As we press on, we mustn't forget the words of the other seats here. We must strive to remain undaunted in the face of despair. She's preparing for our communion with the Great One. When the time is right, she will call upon us both. Until then, my friend, stay strong.